Hello there, Dauntless here, working behind the bar, trying to earn some coins, and before I just give a quick little shout out to the film Roadhouse, the 2024 version which has just come out. So yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so the remake of the 1989 movie Roadhouse starring Patrick Swayze recently come out on Amazon Prime starring Jake Gyllenhaal. The 2024 version is basically, let's say, a soft remake, reboot. Our main character, Jake Gyllenhaal, plays this washed up, well, not really washed up, but an ex-UFC fighter, let's call it, where he's, got a few demons from his past, where he loses his rag, which I'll discuss a little bit later in this little review of the film. Basically, he gets recruited because he's going around bars taking let's say unsanctioned fights, but no one wants to fight him. There's a bit of a weird scene there with Post Malone right at the start. Post Malone's fighting someone. I don't know, the graphics, they look a bit ropey, let's say. The effects, for some reason, is CGI'd. The camera keeps spinning around, and it sort of takes you out of the actual movie. Well, at least for the start. The music during this scene, though, I like the music during this scene. But yeah. Anyway, he gets recruited by a bar owner who has a bar down in, Florida, in the Keys. So, yeah, he takes the money because he's, let's say, a little bit suicidal. Parks his car in front of a train, tries to, realizes what's he doing. He tries to get off the railroad crossing, but it's a bit too late and he gets walloped. So yeah, he's down on his luck, got no money, just catches a Greyhound bus down to Florida to get a job at the Roadhouse. He meets up, with this, father and daughter who, run a bookstore. He gets told, a little story about a tree on a bridge, which I'm assuming is, a metaphor for the struggle, the perseverance of something. He can take roots anywhere. And, basically a tree living on a concrete bridge in the middle of the sea. One of the bridges which connect the islands of the Florida Keys. But anyway, yeah, let's talk about the goddamn movie. Anyway, he gets into the bar, tries to get a little bit of a layout of the scene. He starts dealing with a bit of the riffraff there. He sort of already has a helper who already works there, a bouncer, a youngster, who's in their, early 20s. And then, yeah, the gang comes along who have been trying to get the Roadhouse. That's the name of the bar, the Roadhouse, because it's a Roadhouse. So a bit of a, double entendre, double meaning, not a double entendre, but a mixed dual meaning, let's say, which the bar owner mentions, because her uncle run the bar and basically build it. He has a couple of fights, and this is what you see in the trailer, where he's outside the bar. He's got all these bikers around him, and then he's like, where's the nearest hospital? And then he starts slapping them, and that's it. Right at the start, he's when he's fighting people, he doesn't want to hurt them. He's always asking where the hospitals are, and he seems like Mr. Nice Guy, he doesn't want to fight unless he really has to. Tries to de-escalate it, which is, reasonable, let's say. Then you get the over-the-top fights. He gets in the fight. He takes out J.D. Pardo's character. I can't remember the name, but I know him from the Sons of Anarchy spin-off called The Mayans. The Mayans, that's it. Anyway, he doesn't like that. He reports back to his boss because they've been employed to get this Roadhouse bar to get closed. They deal with this guy, Billy Magnuson. Again, he's the kingpin, the main boss of the movie, let's say, and his father, who's an even bigger kingpin, who you don't see, who's in prison, so we don't get to see that character. Ends up saying, hey, my son's a nincompoop, and then he gets in touch with Conor McGregor. A lot of people have been ripping into Conor McGregor's acting, and yeah, it's not amazing, but he's just basically playing himself, cocky, arrogant, Mr. I don't know. Yeah, he likes, I don't know, let's say partying a bit. But basically he comes to the bar, starts smashing the place up, they get a massive fight. Dalton, Jake Gyllenhaal's character, kind of, gets ganged up on, basically, and his whole little team get beaten up. And, as he's leaving town the following day, he sees that the father and daughter who run the bookshop right at the start of the movie, their shop has been burnt down, and that sends Jake Gyllenhaal over the edge. Because he says that he doesn't like it when he flips because he knows, how angry he can be, and sometimes you can get in real life angry like that, and I know you might reflect on that. Anyway, he sort of goes to the villa of the enemy, where all the motorbike guys have been hanging around, and takes him out. Literally starts killing. Punches one guy in the throat, lets him drown, then shoots him, and then finds out that they're in the middle of some sort of deal where they're going to get some money from some out-of-town people to help build some sort of resort where the Roadhouse is, because that's why, well, the whole kind of plot of it, when you think about it, is they want the Roadhouse to close down so they can build a hotel there. Yeah, that's a very crude sort of synopsis, but still. Anyway, usual stuff happens, kind of like a computer game. He ends up in a massive fight with Conor McGregor, a few others, a lot of punches, stuff thrown, over-the-top action, and yeah, he saves the day. He hooks up with Danielle Malachor. It was like a bit of a love interest with him. She's like a nurse that he meets right at the start. Because after he beats up the biker guys at the start, he takes them all to hospital, which you also see in the trailer. And, yeah. And then there's like a little after scene, after the few credits, where you see Conor McGregor's character again out of hospital, after he's been, defeated, let's say. But I think they've left the windows open there for a sequel, where obviously Conor McGregor's still kicking, running around, smashing things up. And the guy, the Billy Magnuson, the one that's like the kingpin at the start, his father is obviously still in prison, so he probably might get out of prison and go after Conor McGregor, go after Jake Gyllenhaal. So it's there. And yeah, that's really it. The story and the film, it reminds me of like, it'd be a good computer game. Like if you ever played like the Yakuza games back in the day, they're reminiscent, sort of like that, where you could picture yourself being the bouncer doing the missions and clearing out the bar of all the yobos and the bums and stuff like that, and then you slowly work your way up through bosses, and then obviously the final boss being this Conor McGregor, which he ends up fighting in the Roadhouse. It's like a big boat chase and all that sort of stuff. Conor McGregor gets thrown off this boat. Yeah. But overall, the film, it's not going to win Oscars. Simple as that. But I think it's kind of entertaining. You get past that little opening with Post Malone. Like I said, you got those weird CGI fight graphics. I don't know why they did that. And yeah, after that, just becomes a basic action film. Like I said, no Oscars. It knows exactly what it is. It's a cheesy, over-the-top action film. If I was going to give it a rating out of 10, it'd probably be about a 5.5. So a little better than, 5. So yeah, 5.5 out of 10. And yeah, that's it. Anyway, thanks for listening, watching, and all that crap. And catch you in the next video.
I'm gonna get out of town. I get the impression.